Weather Xtreme video. This is the afternoon edition for the 29th of February, the last day of meteorological winter. But it feels like the first day of spring, and we have a chance of strong, maybe severe storms tomorrow evening. So let's dive in there and talk about it. Water vapor satellite view this afternoon. Things nice and quiet around here. A zonal flow. Little wave developing off to the west. A field of cumulus clouds, mainly over the southern two-thirds of the state. The sky is sunny up over the Tennessee Valley. And boy, it feels good. Upper 60s and low 70s in most spots. Tuscaloosa, 72. Anniston, 71. Birmingham, 69. We'll expect highs up in the low 70s tomorrow, but Wednesday should be noticeably cooler. In fact, it is very cold. I mean brutally cold. Up on the Canadian border, they are hovering around zero this afternoon. Thankfully, the core of that really cold air stays north of us. But again, by Wednesday, we're expecting highs back in the mid-50s, a good 15-degree cool down. And during the change, we could see some fairly active storms tomorrow evening. That's the watch warning map around the nation. We have winter weather advisories for some of the states up north. Winter storm warnings for that zone between Chicago and Milwaukee. And in terms of convection, we have a slight risk, the standard risk of severe weather later today and tonight for cities like Oklahoma City and Tulsa, a marginal risk over into parts of Arkansas and Missouri. And this is the outlook tomorrow. The standard slight risk from near Monroe, Louisiana to Rome, Georgia, Nashville, Tennessee. The marginal risk as far north as Cincinnati. In our state, there's a closer look. You can see that standard slight risk is basically north of a line from Sweetwater to Prattville to Heflin. The areas in yellow. There's a marginal risk down to Opelika, Troy, and Andalusia in Mobile. And, of course, we'll talk about this in great detail in just a moment. Then on day 3, thunderstorms possible on the Atlantic coast, but severe weather not expected. This is the rain for the next 5 days, valid through Saturday evening. About 1 inch for the northern part of the state. That would be the rain tomorrow evening, and more showers we see Thursday afternoon and early Thursday night with the next wave. Let's talk about it. Here we go. The GFS, the 12Z run, valid tomorrow at noon. The 1st of March, the beginning of the spring tornado season and the beginning of meteorological spring. Digging trough north and west of the state. A surface low, it's west of Cincinnati. And again, this is not a classic severe weather look for us. We'll check the high-resolution NAM, valid tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock, and you can see a narrow line of thunderstorms from near Scottsboro down to Jasper and approaching Tuscaloosa. And again, we'll see what happens with that. Obviously, the main threat with a line like that would be from strong straight-line winds, but the chance of an isolated tornado is certainly not zero. This is the instability, and again, this is going to be the primary limiting factor for this event. The dew points really never get out of the 50s. You want to see them up in the 60s for a classic spring event. This is the low-level jet. That's pretty robust. That peaks at about 65 knots over northeast Alabama. This is about 5,000 feet off the ground. The bulk shear, certainly supportive of a few rotating updrafts. And the STP value is a little higher, the significant tornado parameter, valid tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock, and the numbers are between 1 and 2 units across north-central Alabama, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden. So again, the chance of a tornado, it's not zero, but we don't expect what I would say this is going to be a major outbreak. But as we all know, what do? With thunderstorms, you expect the unexpected. Timing, maybe as early as 3 o'clock up in northwest Alabama. Birmingham, 4 to 8 o'clock. East Alabama, 6 to 10. And, of course, we'll be watching the sky carefully and watching for any potential surprises. Wednesday, the storms are gone. The weather will be clear and cooler, sunny with a high in the mid-50s. Thursday, here comes the next wave. Clouds move back in. Rain is likely Thursday afternoon and early Thursday night, but by midnight, the rain is already ending. I'd say the main window for rain about 3 o'clock Thursday afternoon until maybe 10 o'clock Thursday night. Severe weather not expected with this one. And then Friday, the sky will be sunny and again will be cool with highs in the 50s. But hey, the weekend looks good. Saturday, sunny with mid-60s, and Sunday, sunny with upper 60s. Some spots may be touching 70, so this weekend looking very much like the one we just enjoyed. And if you're headed down to the beach, spring break time for some folks, weather Obviously looks fantastic. Gulf Shores, Pensacola, Panama City Beach, Fort Walton for the weekend. Monday of next week, a digging trough in the Southwest U.S. ridging over the Great Lakes. And again, the weather looks fine. Mostly sunny. We should be close to 70. This is the end of the forecast period. This is Thursday, March 10th. The trough in the southwest is lifting out, going somewhat negative tilt, but the surface low is really far north of Minneapolis-St. Paul, with a band of storms coming in here. And obviously, this is 10 days out. That'll change a good bit between now and then. Teleconnections, Arctic oscillation, negative then positive. NAO kind of hugging the neutral line, but ultimately it goes positive. And accordingly, we don't see any sign of the late season cold snap we always have. Through mid-month, these are the anomalies, March 8th through March 14th, above average for the eastern half of the nation. And you can see that reflected in the numbers off the GEFS ensemble. And those numbers look awfully nice. We're seeing some mid-70s in there printing for the first part of the month of March. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream or the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.